All right. We're live. So, welcome back to another scene for Red Branch Nights, where in the dark of the night, well after, sun is set, Maeve, Maeve has her proclivities and she everything's been so intense. And she does silly little things that just kind of keep the hope burning. Things that keep her motivated and amped and moving forward. So yeah, she'll miss out on some sleep, but it. So she'll have brought a flashlight with her, and after people have kind of gone to bed, she'll nudge Angela back awake if she's dozed off.
She makes the most undignified snort awake noise. You know what I mean? Most undignified, Maeve.
It's just a very, for once she looks really happy. She looks kind of amped. Hey,
Hello.
I'm gonna go out fairy hunting. Gonna come with me?
Fairy what? You're rubbing her face like, you know that I am sleeping and things are around and my face is that. Do you know what I mean? It's that I am confused by the world because I'm just awake.
Yeah. You got the moon's up. Look for fairy rings.
What time is it?
She glances around. Probably I don't know, midnight?
Just tosses a pillow in your face.
It's the puh. Hey, come on, it'll be fun.
Oh yeah, fun. She kind of slowly sits up like, where am I? Who am I? Do you know what I mean?
You don't have to, but that'll be fun to come with.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna let you wander off on your fucking own in the middle of the night.
It's just the woods.
Oh, it's just a woods. She does a little teasing, it's just a woods, and yeah.
There's a bigger grin. She'll back up and give her some space.
Oh yeah, Angela does the most grumpiest, I'm putting on my clothes. I'm not happy about it. Noise. You literally see her oh, it's just a woods, Angela. Do you know what I mean? Even though we're going to look for things that could possibly steal our babies away from us. No, it's just a woods, Angela.
No, you don't step inside. Be fine.
That's just a woods, Angela. You look over her shoulder.
Been hunting fairy rings since I was little. Come on.
Yeah, in America.
Okay, so in America.
Where? Hold up now. Hang on now. Who's the Irish lady here? I think you'll believe it's me.
I may or may not have been looking for him since I got here.
They're all around the place. You gotta find the mushrooms.
I know. I just want to go look at them under the moonlight. You never see into them during the day.
Oh no. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I was wondering. You are trouble. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Nods to herself. Yep.
It's not. I'm not trouble.
I mean, you watch Angela double wrap herself because I'll clue you this, Katie. It's fucking cold at the minute in Ireland.
You did say it was snowing.
I mean, yeah, there's been. I'm in the West Coast. It's even worse. So there has been some idle drop. But the most important thing, Maeve, is that wind. Mother of mercy, that wind is unforgiving and hate-filled.
I'm just gonna assume that Maeve is already all put together, ready to go out.
Yeah, she'd want to be.
Oh, it's so many layers of wool.
She'd want to be. I'll put it like that.
Looks like a little snow person.
She would want to be because fuck me, it's cold. Even that's the Irish ST telling you it's cold. But no, Angela is wrapping herself. She puts on the big proper trekking boots, if you get me, the hiking boots.
Yes.
So you're wanting to go find fairy rings in the middle of the night after what all going on. Just rubs her face. If we get in trouble, I'm blaming you.
Okay. Offers her a flashlight.
Mm-hmm. And if anybody asks, we're going to have sex. because I'm not going to tell people we're looking for fairy rings.
Oh, I was gonna get Nola.
Oh, I see. An orgy then. Grand.
Blink.
What?
Drugs.
You haven't seen some of the stuff to wear that the Forest get up. She stands up.
Well, not yet.
You're too innocent for that, man.
There's wait.
I mean, some of them, they go off into the Umbra, from what I heard, from what Gravelwalk told me. And they, chase spirits. How some of them even, they're very intrinsically tied to the earth.
Blink.
What? I thought you'd know about that being a bit of like a theurge.
I mean,
Like, supposedly my whole family, she's like, getting on her jacket as she's talking, are blessed by spirits. That's what, they all tell us.
you're a
What?
little tattle.
Gives a little frown, like, What you mean? How'd you know that?
You can see it when people go into the other side.
No, but like, not just the Garoon, like the whole family.
Well, yeah. Just because you can't go across there, you can see it doesn't mean it's not there.
I mean, I'll clue it to you. Maybe you can go across if you want. You can peek over to look at Angela.
It's always weird to try when people
Mhm.
can't cross. No, of course you do. If it runs in the family, it runs in the family, right?
I mean,
I wish I could bring you over and see.
apparently, she kind of, she's come saddling up beside you. That's why we all have the flame red hair.
It might be.
No, it's pretty much a proven fact. Most of us had kind of brownish hair, and then suddenly, after the family made some deals and all that, every child after that had bright flame red hair.
Yep, there's a crack of a smile.
Like, even the picture of the founder, he kind of had brownish red hair, if you get me.
Yeah, she
But
wondered.
And then suddenly, if you read through the history, like you hear the stories of some McCarthy's, flame red.
Lean over and give her a peck on the cheek. That's because you're kissed by fire.
Oh, well, duh. She gives a little duh, makes even funny faces. She's doing it.
Maeve refuses to be dulled in any way by the teasing. Starts, teasing her out. Like, come on, let's go. Oh, gotta get Nula.
Yeah, and to Grumpy Falls, you gotta get Nula. Do you know what I mean? She's coming along. She's not discouraging you. It's just you woke me up.
She is High Lady Grumpy Butt.
Yeah, High Lady Grumpy Butt. That's exactly it. Normally she'd be cheery, but she was awake, and Angela does not like being woken up unless it's for anything else other than more sleep.
Aww.
Grumpy. But she'd come along. She's just trekking along behind you, like, oh.
She'll get a little more alert and hopefully a little less grumpy over time. But
Oh, she will, yeah. It's just that initial, like, we're going outside and it's cold. Yeah. She's a complete diva.
Yep. So Maeve will lead her over. Gotta go to the library.
Mm-hmm. You will find Nula Bula asleep on a book in the library.
Come in, do the little look around, like, oh, dun, 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 dun. Nula.
Fast asleep.
Aw.
Passed out on top of a book. Like, do you know what I mean?
Curious tip of the head just to see, if at a glance she can see what the book's about.
It is about records of various beasts of very, modern myth or that type of shit. But there's a lot of like files underneath it as well, like written by like old Wormful reports, not from like Ness's time, but older. You know what I mean?
So essentially comparing myth to experience.
Sightings, yeah. Recorded sightings and all that. And she's fast asleep though. Even like she doesn't snore like Andrew does, but just the little like copper head is just like tucked almost into the seat.
Yeah, maybe we'll hunker down. Nula.
She
Little
shoots up
Oh.
like what? Oh, I'm awake. Oh.
Hey. I
I wasn't asleep. You were asleep.
oh,
Because
okay then.
her collar awkwardly. Oh, fuck, you're not Rory. Jesus.
Well, since you're not asleep,
Hmm?
I wanted to go check some of the fairy rings. Wanna come with?
She kind of gives this, you know, like, I need to sit up. She kind of like gets up out of the seat because you know when you've been sleeping in the seat for too long, your body's
You
not in
just
a natural. Yeah, back, my back. Oh, me back. Fairy rings?
Mhm.
What are you checking out them for? Did you find something? She kind of stretches like, oh, why don't I sleep in the chair?
It's almost impossible to tell unless you look under moonlight.
That's not an answer, Maeve. She gives a smile.
I've seen some fairy rings while I was going through the
Do you think
forest.
it has something to do with taps of the books?
I don't know. But I've always looked at home and there was never anything there. And I've wanted to look here since I got here.
What exactly are you looking for? Smiling.
Just a big, almost childish and just, I don't know. I guess fairies.
If you all think, I mean, you could find them.
Exactly.
But you want to find them?
I mean, as long as we're not interrupting, they shouldn't be angry.
From what I've read, they're very tempestuous things. You know, she's packing up her gear, you know, like slinging a little satchel she has over her shoulder. Not to like walk off and leave you guys. It's like, all right, one of you motherfuckers is going to need an experienced ears. You know what I mean?
If you only run around 9 times, you might get a glimpse inside if there's anyone inside. And just never run the 10th time around.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure that's how it works.
That's how it works.
In a book.
In a lot of books.
In a book.
Well, have you gone running around fairy rings?
When I was little, but not when I'm not now.
Well, did you ever see anything?
No.
Well, maybe now we don't have to see.
Well, that was before I was touched by, you know, everything else. You kind of lose track of the fairy rings once you can realize there's a whole other world beneath. Because supposedly she's leading you out to the library. She's giving every indication I'm coming along because one of you motherfuckers is going to do something stupid and I need to be there.
Yay!
From what Just and Blackbriar and I have talked about is that, you know, the fairy rings were used, particularly here, as gateway. Not to the fairy realm, but sometimes by Guru too.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I'll show you. Come on. Starts checking outside.
Yep. Happily bounces along. Well,
And Nula's in. See, this is where Nula is smart compared to poor you and probably you and Angela. Nula's in fur. You know, the fur inlays.
Well, yeah, but who was a cool kid like that? It doesn't have fur yet.
It's almost like, but you can see what she's wearing. It's pretty much like these fur. I wouldn't say gambesons, but they're these big long, you know, the big long like outdoorsy type stuff. So it's like, oh, Nula, oh, she'll just trek along. Like she'll give Angela pleasant, like, you know, she's not gonna be fucking rude or anything. So
Yeah, maybe we'll even hold Angela's hand off and on, just walking along. Excited, very bouncy.
So the first thing Nula will bring you to, and you're at the edge of the Barrow Glen. So this is what you see.
She kind of glances curiously over. So, if we can use them too, is that a path stone?
I said similar, not the same.
Oh.
This is made of stones, you see. It's not made of mushrooms. You notice? And the way they carve the spiral into the ground?
Yeah.
So it's a very different attitude.
So how do those ones work?
Well, you walk over, and she walks over. You notice she follows. She doesn't walk around the spiral or go into the center. Oh no, because superstition. You know what I mean? That's technically dancing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
She enters the center of it to
Just
a
walks
point.
across.
Yeah. She says, "Don't walk around it because that's bad luck. That's technically your dancing spiral." She gives a smile.
Whew.
You go to the center.
Yeah,
Stand
she'll
at the
follow
stone.
along.
You stand at the stone and you pick up one of the stones. You see the little glyph, you know what I mean? Of the register. I'm at the glyph of like Umbra, you know what I mean?
Yeah, she's curious enough to follow along, and if Nola's willing to touch them, it's probably safe enough
Oh,
for her to touch one.
Oh yeah, I mean, you if anything, as a theurge, you would feel with your primal urge core and all that good give you this free. You do feel kind of the energy, you know what I mean? And you cross over. It's much easier to cross over.
Oh,
Again, it's SEP, so it's going to be easier. But this is one of the sites they'd use for like celebrating Dana. Do you get me? For like the solstice rituals.
oh yeah.
Because it's much more. The gauntlet is really like you. I mean, I'll give it to you, Maeve. What's your gnosis score?
Let me take a look. Her gnosis is 6.
Oh yeah, you definitely see across the gauntlet. Like it has that effect when you're standing in the spiral. If you get me. Like I'll put it like this: Anja's not going in because Anja's a superstitious girl and she knows better to be going in when the theurge go in. Do you get that vibe?
Yeah.
So she's just, she's being, pleasant enough, sitting there with her hands in her pockets. But you see what she looks like in the Umbra, and I wouldn't say she's like fire, but you see the little flecks of flame in the side of her hair, probably like spirit where it is one. You know what I mean? But you see it, the little tiny flecks. Her hair kind of has like a little glow to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, she even purposefully turns a glance at Angela and just it's that quirk of a grin, like, "Aw."
Like I wouldn't call it with any significance. You know what I mean? But you do notice the tiny little specks of like gleam in her hair. You know what I mean? It's like a little ember that I would describe it as. Whereas you saw Fiac. Fiac is like a bright flaming light. You know what I mean? Yeah. She has the little tiny little specks. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But but you do see, yeah, you can see across the gauntlet. Just look around. You see?
Wow.
This is why it's the Barrow Glen, because they named it because technically the barrows were built by a lot of the older, both in the mortal worlds and our world, because it was honoring the dead, and you could see into the other world, i.e. the Umbra.
Wow.
Comes from from what Just told me, the White Howlers used to do it a lot too.
There's a head bottle.
Protect the barrows and all that. So we kind of it's something that we both shared, as tribes. She goes, "Oh no," I was looking around. Like, I mean, you can assuming Angela's seeing the exact same thing.
Yeah. No, she not. She does take a good look around just because, wow.
Yeah, there's various, spirits going about their daily things. You can see a stag spirit that's like fast asleep, and snow spirits are like, "Oh my god, we've arrived." And the wind spirits are just like mixing in with the snow spirits. They're picking up and tossing them, and you know what I mean?
And glistening and glittering with the bits of snow, yeah.
Yeah.
She'll get caught up in it for just a moment, just because in the moonlight everything is glistening instead of just lit. And
Mm-hmm.
and especially with the cold, it kind of live wires you whether you like it or not. So she
Oh yeah.
Oh. But she will eventually reverently just, put the stone back where it was.
I mean, you still see, you pick the stone down. You get what the gesture's almost symbolic. If you get it's all part of the ritual. As a Fianna, Maeve, you see what Drust is doing. 3 stones down, and probably the Right Master was definitely the organizational part of this. It's a gesture. You know what I mean? It's all about symbolism. Even though you could see it as a theurge, maybe they do it to a person they bring in the circle, and it's a gesture while do you know what I mean? It's all part of the symbolism of the tribe. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I imagine Maeve's OCD about that sort of stuff fucking drives her mad.
Oh
in
yeah,
terms of excitement.
it is one of the quirks. She likes the threes.
So we'll have to get out of the Barrow Glen because, you know, you have to go into the countryside, which is always, it kind of gives that, So, you know, don't wander fucking off on your own.
Oh,
And for fuck's sake, don't lose the kinfolk. You know, she's looking over at you, however much she is your girlfriend. You know, she's smirking. It means playful. She's,
pokes her tongue out.
well, come on. She starts trotting.
Yep.
Little
No,
determined march on her and everything.
She what?
She starts trotting with a little determined march on her and everything.
Yeah, there's a glance back to Angela. It just the
Does a
big
little-
bright smile again.
Does a little finger wave with the gloves. Like. You
And
can tell poor Angela's freezing her balls off. She's like, oh, that's great. You stand and look at something. I'm here. Do you know what I mean? But she gives you the wave. You know what I mean? She's not going to be mean or anything. She's just like, oh, that's great. The theurges are having theurge talks. That's great. In the fucking cold.
Come back over and loop up with Angela for a second to give her a little bit of heat back.
She's doing the
Start
awkward,
off.
like, I'm dancing on one leg dance to keep myself warm. You know what I mean? Like swaying. She's doing herself to keep herself warm while you two are chatting.
Yeah, she'll come back over to collect Angela and, you know, keep bumped up beside her as they start moving again just to help her get some heat back.
Oh yeah, even Angela's like, oh, that was a nice talk you had, was it?
She was just showing me something.
Oh, it's productive. No,
I
it's
saw
great.
the fire in you.
What?
Hmm.
Oh well, you know that's great. You know, but the fire's a bit cold at the minute, Maeve.
Well, we'll still get up. Come on. Picks up a little bit.
Yeah, so you start trekking, and I mean, Maeve, you're walking through countrysides like this, and you're like, oh Jesus, the hill. Fuck, you know what I
Why
mean?
is there so many hills?
But it's nice enough, you know what I mean? During the day, you imagine it's quite like, you know.
Well, I mean, if there's actually a snow cover, it's probably kind of glistening. Like,
Yeah.
got
little
that
bit.
weird night glow going.
So, Maeve, give me perception investigation.
Downside, the snow is hiding her fairy rings. Ugh.
Yeah, to be normally much easier to spot.
Oh, let's see if I can spot any.
I'm gonna put it at like a diff 7 because it, like, again, it's in all snow. So,
Well, at Diff 7, I botch.
oh dear.
Yeah, I had a 6. I did not have a 7.
So, Maeve, yeah, I was just gonna put a diff 7 because you know how hard it is to find things in the fucking snow.
Pretty hard.
So you're trotting along, and Angela poof, falls.
Oh, yeah, she'll pull up short. What happened?
I fucking fell over something. Me fucking ow.
Yeah,
And a little turn, looking over her shoulder, like, huh?
yeah, she'll come back over to just make sure Angela's okay, first and foremost, and then probably to kind of brush around and see what she tripped over.
Look what she fell in, Maeve.
In?
She didn't fall directly in. She broke the side of it. Tripped. It's not. She didn't fall in. She fell just outside it, but she broke part of it off.
It's kind of the like, ooh, just scoot Angela over a little bit. Like, okay, let's get a look at your foot then. How's your ankle? Oh,
Oh, she'd probably give it a bit of a twist, but nothing serious. You know when that awkward, like you fall awkwardly on your heel. You know what I mean?
yeah, just it stings for a second, then you're back up.
Yeah, she'd probably limp a bit for like a bit of the trek, but she'd be fine in about like 20 minutes. It's just that awkward, like she probably have a bruise on her or something, but nothing, damaging.
Nothing serious, but
Yeah,
inconvenient.
it's gonna be a bitch. You know what I mean? She's like, I twist me fucking ankle.
Are you gonna be able to walk all right? Or you want me to?
I'll be fine. It's just gonna fucking sting for a bit. Jesus, I'm not a baby.
I know.
You alright? Look a bit flushed. Because I imagine Maeve the I just pooped myself face. You know what I mean?
There was the I don't even know what happens when you break part of it. I've never broken one. Oh, oh no. Well, I was worried about you.
I'm fine.
Just went right over.
Yeah, I'm fine. I tripped over something.
Was there like a rock along the edge or something there?
Yeah, there was. She tripped over. You can actually see what poor Angela did. She was walking along, right? Like
Mhm.
do, did not catch the rock under the snow and tripped over the rock, so her body thunked against the mushroom. You know what I mean? It's like I stumble and then I fell and then I landed awkwardly. You know?
Yeah. She'll kind of give the gesture back to Nula,
And do a
like
little
the wave
trot,
over.
and do a little trot back over, like, oh, somebody's fallen. You know what I mean? It's that smile, like, oh Jesus.
Good. Just points. Like I don't know how to points.
Yeah, I mean, she'll walk over. And Nula makes the eyebrows kind of lift a bit, like, oh dear. Oh Tito. Do you know what I mean? It's that type of thing, like, oh ho 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 ho. Well, huh. Oh dear.
Should we just keep going?
I mean, she's like, look, so you kind of use your crouch down, just
Yeah, Maeve is honestly using her as a barometer. She doesn't know what that means.
She thinks. She looks over, you know, you can see her, essentially, she's measuring how much it's been hurt. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
She kind of just nods a bit, like, oh boy. Well, ladies and girls, somebody's going to have bad luck for the week. I think, Angela, you're going to probably grow a mushroom on your nose, if you believe the stories. Just like stick her tongue out. Angela does that. What?
It's just like the paranoid look at the mushroom on her nose. It's like, wait. Oh, you're fucking with me. Oh.
Oh, yeah. Mate, you too, Maeve.
What?
Apparently, when you luckily portion of the whole thing's not damaged. It got knocked. Do you know what I'm saying? It's damaged, so it's not broken. If it was broken, well, I would have said you're fucked. It's just damaged, so but nothing that, you know what I mean? Kind of, she like points. She doesn't touch, points. Nothing that can't be, you know. But that is a week's bad luck for you. And supposedly you grow a mushroom on your nose.
Scrunchy face.
You're lucky you didn't step in.
There's a glance to poor Angela because now she feels guilty. Oh.
Dan just starts like, oh, great. You know, looking at me, I'm like, well, I better just oh shite. Do you know what I mean? It's the
Sorry, like mouthed. Just I'm sorry.
oh, could be worse. I hear you become invisible to the mortal world if you step too far in. She gives this little like ooh, do 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 do. Do you know what I mean? Little bob of her head.
That's he's like, yeah, that's why you don't step in. Grab, just pulls in the Angela. Yeah, no.
Or you'd be forced to dance around the ring until you die of exhaustion or madness.
Squeezes Angela a little harder. Eh.
As it makes
She's like just having the moment of like, no, my Angela. Eh.
So, are you looking to dance around this during a full moon? Maybe you want to hear the fairies whisper about how they're going to steal your babies?
You really think they just sit in there and whisper about stealing babies?
I mean, it's what I do to fuck with some fucking little yoke that came around my fairy ring.
Wouldn't it be a bad idea to do it around one that's been kind of bruised up?
Yeah, but who's going to believe you?
I like the glance over. Like, you're not helping.
It's just laughing. Besides, it's not even a proper fairy ring.
It's not?
No. I'm just fucking with the boy. She taps her shoulder. She gets up to walk.
Why is
Maeve, roll me alertness. Because you're only seeing a partial like, mushroom thing. You know what I mean? Like you can see the semi-filled circle.
Oh my god. She doesn't see
maybe.
shit.
Yeah, you actually miss it. Yeah, you miss it. So
She's
yeah,
just, like, looking back, like, wait, why isn't it? But it. Is there some secret fucking double ninja way of telling if it's a real one? Oh,
yeah, but you miss what Nula's talking about. You miss the look on Nula's face when she says it. That's the important thing.
she'll, you know, start walking beside Angela again, just kind of looking over. Well, if it's not a real one, you won't have bad luck.
Oh yeah, no, I mean that's the main thing, right?
I'm sorry.
Smirking.
She's fucking dying of guilt now.
Smirking. Oh yeah, no, thanks, Maeve. You know.
In here, I thought it'd be all like sweet and stuff to be out in the middle of the night with the moon out, and but no, you're just a grumpy butt.
I'm not grumpy. Hey, if I was grumpy, I would have yelled at you.
Yeah, you woulda. Okay, you're not grumpy.
Yeah, so there, you butt. She just walks along.
Chase is like,
Angela.
yeah, why?
But eventually, what you're going to spot? Let me just get them now because I gotta make sure I have the right images for these things. I
Oh,
have to do it properly. Oh,
oh,
all right. Well, Maeve. Like you come over like a big hill, and you're like, "Oh my god, why is there so much hill?"
dude,
You've
that
been walking for
finally get to the top and just like slump down on the knees, like, oh,
yeah, you've been walking for about an hour now. You know, pretty hard at it.
oh,
Yeah, Lulu just nods like, "Oh yeah, yeah."
there's so many.
Mm-hmm. You haven't seen the fairy forts, have you?
No, like looking over, like fairy forts. Oh my god.
Yeah. There's the Kashalala, which is the cairns, you know, and there's the rings. The rings are there's some further along, but there's the fairy forts.
What do the fairy forts look like?
Do you know the big round circles?
Mhm.
Build up of mountain snow. They're further down from here.
Oh,
But Tara is built near one.
oh. There's so many though. I've never seen a bunch of them close together.
There's the one in Bridget's garden that's built on a fairy fort.
Ooh.
It might explain why people are dying. Supposedly, you hear some of the older folks saying that that's what they get for disturbing the, you know.
Oh.
Which is an interesting idea, Maeve, because yeah, an interesting idea of the whole thing. It's like, huh? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, she's taking it and digesting it. That will not be cast off hand.
So, well, go on, Maeve. Just don't disturb anything.
There's a like the serious noddle.
Angela's like, whoa. Even Angela, it's odd, Maeve. Even at the time of night, like you hear like the sounds of nature. It just feels a bit odd. You know what I mean?
Old dude, especially if there's even a partial blanket of snow. Snow has a tendency to dull noise, so it's just so light for nighttime because of the reflection off the snow, and it's so quiet. But she'll start kind of climbing down there.
But you just hear Angela, will you be careful, Maeve?
Oh well. And yeah, as she's climbing down, she's looking over them all, just trying to find one that's separate enough that she can go
Oh, yeah.
around it without risking tromping the others.
Yeah, there is. I mean, you can even see the picture. There's like
Mhm.
one like so you could definitely do it.
And she will carefully make and she always clockwise. Always clockwise.
Cool. Give me a Perception primal urge.
Yeah, she'll do a careful first walk around to make sure she sees where the lines are clearly, so she doesn't stumble into it. Let's Ooh.
Oh,
All right. Come on, Maeve. That's better. That's 2. Good job.
oh. So Maeve, as you're doing it, how many times you go around? Do the full 9?
She'll go the full 9 if she doesn't get anything before that. But she kind of
yeah.
she's keeping careful count and listening closely and glancing in and just trying to see if she can see and hear anything, but she won't go any further than the 9.
So I'm going to say this: you get to 6. Actually, no, 4. And you begin to see images of the old world, the old lands, people, warriors of woad wandering around. But you also see, as they celebrate things, you see one particular individual. But you're kind of not, you know what I mean? There's something odd about it. He seems like for a minute, a shadow. As if he was here, but not really here. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's like just the pause in her walk because she doesn't want to lose track, and like just the inquisitive head tilt as she's looking.
You see him kneel down beside a glen, and give me another primal urge roll.
Ooh.
Like you can see the rivers walking in his hands and all that.
Just 1.
That is enough to see a look of sorrow on his face as he picks up some of the water. But what looks to be, you assume, is water.
You said he was carrying the rivers in his hands?
Yeah, the water. Yeah, the water in his hands from the river. As if it was flowing out from his hands.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. She just kind of studies, watches, tries to. She might finally, take a second to make sure she's got her feet set straight and slowly do another turn around to see if it gets any easier to see.
And you see as he watches in horror, looking off in the distances, you see something akin to this.
Oh. Oh. Shit.
Like, it's not him doing it, but he's just watching in horror, you know what I mean? As this dark-haired woman turns people who have kind of similar eyes and facial structure to him into swans.
Just the 3?
Just the 3. Give me one more primal urge roll as you are hitting the 9th run.
Oh. Come on, girl. Get it. I almost want to spend just to make sure. Oh, thank God. 4.
Yeah, you see a resulting cataclysm. You know what I mean? People fight. There's a clash of steel and bright, brilliant steel too. It's unnerving in a way, Maeve. Like this isn't silver. It's something far more fantastical. You know what I mean? And as the swans all float one by one, they're all I'll put it like this. They never return. You see them fly off in the distance and get further and further and further and further. And eventually what you're going to see is, looking at the distance as the battle rages, the red-haired woman lies dead at his feet.
Oh. 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 Please tell me he's not actually like making eye contact.
No.
Okay, thank God.
It initially you think it, but it's It's more like he's just. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, but you realize he's not looking at you. He's looking.
Just out.
Yeah, you're just probably in the direction he's looking at. If you get what I'm saying. But I imagine there's that initial cognitive dissonance of, oh Jesus.
There's that hot second of like catches up short, kind of hitches the breath, like, and then just sways a little bit, and the eyes don't track, and she's like, oh, thank God.
But you see him just looking. It's almost sad in a way. But then you hear, a voice echo in your mind, and they go, it's this very silk, delicate. We'll have to wait till the cycle begin again, my king. And you just hear, yeah. So they can finally return home and Bedlam can finally be free. And that's when, back in the room.
Yeah, just back in the field. Staring at field. She doesn't know why, but the knee-jerk reaction is to glance up at the moon as though that somehow is going to reveal something or
Give me a nose roll.
What?
Roll me gnosis. You looked up at the moon. Oh, you made that mistake.
What did I do?
Welcome to the Umbra, Maeve.
Oh.
You shift. With let me just get this little spirit for you. You shifted it into the Umbra. Theurge.
Oh.
That's right.
I looked up at Mom for answers, and Mom was like, "Lol, good luck, bitch."
Mom was like, surprise, you're coming over to where I can see you. But no, you're not actually looking at Mom.
And where is she in relation to me?
In the center of, not in the center of the rings, if you get me, but in the center of the field. Like, she's probably like, you look up and you're like, oh shit, oh, I'm in the Umbra. Oh, hello. You know what I mean? It's like you're in some of the roots that she's in, like not directly in front of her, but like, again, the roots cast out from around her. You know what I mean? So I'd say you're facing her, but you're not like directly in front of her. If you get me, you're not like right up close. It looks like she literally rose up from the ground out of the roots itself.
Oh. Wide-eyed? I'm in the Umbra. Look around. Wide-eyed? Who dat? Oh.
You get the impression I'll give you an occult roll.
Okay. Intelligence?
Yes.
Okay. Two.
That's a very old Child of the Glade. We're talking old babes, like proper, like,
She is rooted, man.
Yeah. You look down at the roots, and while the SC apologizes for not being as familiar with spirit terms as he should be, but that is one of the older aspects of it. It's not a Gaffling, it's like strong, far stronger. Do you know what I mean?
It's like Gaffling, Jaggling, Totem.
I would put that as an old Jaggling, like a proper old Jaggling. We're talking maybe even Totem level at this point. It's been there for that long. You know what I mean?
It's just a matter of size, really. So,
it's big. The problem is it doesn't look big, but you look down at the roots. That's the key. The roots span. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Like a great tree.
Yeah, there's a moment where she takes it all in and then very gingerly, trying not to step on her roots and be rude, at the same time trying not to further complete the circle she was going, will carefully keep her eyes on the ground to, get good and away from the circle so she doesn't fuck up.
While you were able to understand the voice itself almost has this air of like, do you ever hear when trees sort of shift and move sometimes, with the wind, and they make this weird like stretching, barking noise, little crackle? It sounds like that But when you finally spirit speaks, like it's just that brief second of cognitive delay, and then you hear the voice. It's got this very ethereal sound to it for you. Do you know what I mean? Why is the loon doing the dance of the druid?
Because I'm trying to learn.
Learning of what? I know what you are, although I have not seen your ilk in some time.
You haven't?
We know they are here. The roots tell us many things. But not many come to where the druids once danced the rings. And those who cannot go to the deep world, but go to the far world, often look.
It's like the kind of that brief little knit at the center of the brow, like just kind of trying to understand. And again, she will very carefully be watching where she sets her feet. Though.
I will let you make an enigma's roll to discern some of it, but I'm gonna put that at 8 because that's real old world fucking talk. It's like, oh,
yeah, oh boy,
it's what Druss told you about. There are many old things here. You know what I mean?
Yep, just a fail.
It's not that you don't understand. You have some idea. Like, oh, she's definitely talking about Guru. You get that.
Mhm.
I'm going to give you that for free. There's no way you're not. It's the other stuff. The Fire World. What the fuck is that? Like, it could be some version of the Umbra. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
But you have no idea.
it's odd, but if she, can get to where she faces her again and isn't as worried about misstepping. I'm sorry, it's been so long since one of us has visited.
It's not that you do not visit. It is more that you have much more pressing concerns, other than just indulging the roots of the world. The roots of the world always grow, but we'll protect them if you simply indulged.
Very true.
Teeth and claws have their place in the order of things. As so the old crone used to say, before the mind took her to the land which she could never return.
Did she say many things?
Many wild things. But then again, the wild also breeds many versions of itself. So who is to say what is true and what is not?
I suppose only those who go to find out.
Why are you dancing the druid's dance, then, little loon? Your time is not yet for the dance. For the war for you is still going.
I am afraid that the war will always be going. So when the time...
Not until you return back to the sky.
I'd hope to see.
See what? What do your eyes wish to enlighten themselves with that the part of your soul has forgotten?
She actually thinks about it because she doesn't want to give shallow, quick answers. If a part of me has come from the sky, then it has forgotten a great many things.
You know a part of you has come from the sky, after all. The soul of the wolf is often mixed with the soul of the spirit, and when the soul of the spirit is so tied to the moon itself, part of the soul comes with it. To begin a new cycle again.
I guess this cycle is still very new.
Yes. You have the look of innocence in your eyes. of wonder. So,
Guess I just wanted to keep having that wonder.
well, so long as you do not disturb the roots of the world will not hinder you. But be warned, gazing too far along into a spiral often drives one mad, they say.
It does.
You notice her hair is like literally made of the roots of the world. Like they hang off her. She turns to glance around, and you see the old dead leaves just shake off her a bit, like. Ugh.
Yeah. What, you know what? Out of curiosity, what is she responding to anything as she looks around?
Oh, it's almost sad. She always looks so sad looking at some of these places, at the ground.
You seem sad.
This land carries a lot of pain. I'm awake and carries it deeper still.
Doesn't it always? Yeah. Doesn't it also carry a great deal of joy?
It does, but not here. Not here. She pats the ground affectionately, like she's tending to it. You are the first joyous soul to step into here. Into the center, at least.
She does kind of glance around at the ground because she
You're in
seems
this.
attentive to it.
You're in the center of the spiral-shaped root that she is standing in. Like it ends and begins with her.
And perhaps I will try, when the war is not raging, come and bring joy again.
You would have to heal the scars that did it first, little one. And that, she will reach over to, and you feel some of the roots even touch your hair, Mavis, from her hand.
She nods her. She's actually pretty fascinated. She's not scared of her, so
Is something that a little loon cannot do with one action and one innocent smile to brighten even the darkest night. She gives this little smile. She's not condescending. It's like, that's really sweet, but you know what I mean?
that's sweet. But you don't have, you
Yeah.
can't just fix this in one go. Well then, what can I do?
Listen, learn, teach, be the moon, remember, gather. While you may not be able to fix this in all but one sentence, just like lift your chin. There will be others who will follow you here soon. And how will they not know how to fix everything if you do not teach them? Do not guide them. You are blessed with the soul of all your teeth and claws follow the howl of the moon. They will look to you for guidance more often than you think. So lie amongst the roots in the trees and let them sing. He just gives a little smile. She gestures to the ground, like, lie down.
She, for the most part, has been pretty pliant about it. Her chin tips up, everything, and she does glance down at when she says lie among the roots and whatnot, and especially with the gesture to confirm it, she just calmly as you please hunkers down.
Give me a stamina primal urge.
Oh boy.
You're about to get a lot of info hit at you at once.
Okay.
Buckle up, buckaroo.
That's an interesting roll. That is one whole success.
Maeve, you are awash with the voices. You know what I mean? The crescendo of and I mean they sing. It's beautiful. You know what I mean? It's quite beautiful actually. Do you know what I mean? You can even hear the rumblings of the earth spirits under the ground. You know what I mean? That deep rumble. The whoa. But you'll see various things. With one success, you can only discern a couple of images. One is. Let me just get them. One is that.
Oh boy.
Now again, they don't look word for word exactly like what you would have saw the others look at the party. No, they look more, particularly her, Maeve. She is beyond comprehension of how stunning she is in terms of regality. You know what I mean?
Just to make sure I understand, I'm essentially seeing the means as opposed to seeing the
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so they would be similar, but not look exactly like them.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to tell that's them. You know what I mean? I'm going to give you that for free. You won't be able to auto assume like, oh, that's James. You know what I mean? No.
Okay.
Because again, the means look different to the normal human form. You know what I mean?
I do.
But I do not have the mean for him because I've lost it, but I will describe it to you because actually no, this is what he looks. This is his mean at the minute. It's the eyes. They carry something, and they kneel before him into the roots, and they call him the Mad King. Mad King Lear. And he says, go and find the 3 signs. The halls are hollowed and empty, a broken fragment of what I once was. Return them, and my crown will come back, and you all will be freed. So much joy that was now emptied, and I will never be able to not drain the land from it. And he holds up his hand, you can see it, he almost fades in and out. His hand does, you know what I mean? Time is short, and we are running out of it. Return them to me, and I will finally become something more than a memory. And you see the woman nod, and the man with the goat horns just... You hear him speak, but you don't hear what he says. It just seems to be this whirling, swirling elements of voice, and next thing you know, you find you are removed from the cocoon of the world tree, of the roots of the world. Like, it's literally like they just cocooned you and then slowly moved off you, and you blink open your eyes.
I assume she comes to like with that good heavy initial gasp of air, just remembering to breathe. So she just kind of spills out with the oh. Big old eyes.
Yeah, I mean, eventually, Maeve, you're also going to see who's kind of awkwardly towing her way up, looking as frantic as the day she was born.
Oh. Yeah, Maeve spills out of the roots and is, at least initially, looking up at the spirit. And let's face it, she will be polite. Just, thank you. We'll need time to understand, but thank you.
And she just inclines her head, and Maeve, you literally watch her just lie back, and she just folds, like she just...
Oh.
You see, like the rush of like bits of old dead leaves and flower, and it's actually quite beautiful the way she did. She just It's like she just leaned back and just absorbed herself back into the earth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she just kind of watches that for a hot second before she begins to pick herself up. Just
Oh. Yeah, Nula's running over in the Umbra. You see her ethereal form. You know what I mean? Much less similar to your own, but I think you have the stronger connection to Loon. So hers is not as boom. You know what I mean?
yeah, once she's, I mean, essentially gone to sleep, maybe. Yeah, Maeve will begin carefully picking her way back out, trying not to stomp the roots in the process, but kind of skipping through as she gets the rhythm of it to get across to Nula.
Jesus, Maeve, you give me a fucking heart attack.
I didn't.
Where the fuck were you? I couldn't see you when I checked initially.
What? Right after?
Yeah, it's like I couldn't see you. You could see the earth glowing and all that, but
I
where the fuck
was
did you go?
I was here. She points back, glances back as she does.
Did you make any deals? Did she give you that little did you?
No,
Oh, thank God.
no,
All right, you didn't annoy the spirit, did you?
no.
Nods.
She was very nice and very old, very sad.
There are many old spirits here, Maeve. Look around. Some places are very joyous and they celebrate how old they are. And others remember a time when people honored them.
Yeah.
It's one of the things you have to do here, Maeve. You have to heal the land, not just feed it some notice and call it good.
No, I want to. I guess I need to learn a lot more.
Don't worry. You're not doing the worst, Maeve. Just pat your shoulder.
There's a nod. She doesn't seem like she feels like she's somehow like a
Oh,
failure.
no.
It's just,
No, God, no. If
she's
anything, Nula's giving you that Foster into Cleeth pat. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, buddy, you're getting there. You know what I mean? It's, yeah. You know what I mean?
have you ever heard of the roots of the world? Is there, probably walking away?
The Glade children.
She was so much bigger
Older.
than a Glade child.
She's probably what draglings that have been left uninterrupted by the world and given time to blossom. You know?
Yeah.
Druss does a lot of work outside here. After all, with who he's tied to, in a way, he's the protector.
A little quirk of a smile because, yeah.
Yeah, he's got her in the hunter spirit heritage, Katie. You seen what he looks like in the Umbra.
Oh.
And Blackbriar has earth spirit heritage. You can imagine all the work he does.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, you should ask the Weird of the Forest to take you on some of the trips they do. It might be, to look around, it might be what we need when we're chasing that thing.
Oh.
Like, let's be real, as much as the Children of the Yoke are hunters, and we're going to need them for when the combat comes. But if we want to find answers, Jonas gives that kind of spread of her hands. I can research for the day is born, but they're the ones who go to the deep.
Yeah. And just to be sure, either in the circle or after, could she recognize Lear? Just so I know if it's someone she's seen before.
Lear, you would have seen, because I remember at the party, you would have seen a similar ethereal shape.
So similar,
it's hard.
Not the same.
It's almost like your vision is misty. Do you get me?
Yeah, okay. So again, not quite close enough for her to be like, I saw that guy.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's very hazy. It's not like you're like, oh, I just don't conveniently remember. It's like you could have possibly seen him before. He has a familiar thing, but you just can't quite place it. That's the odd thing about it. You're like, you've seen him somewhere before. You just
can't put your finger on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. As they're bumbling out and, just kind of chattering and probably getting to where they can cross over without worrying about where they're stepping. I did see a story in the ring, though. Not dancing, but a story.
What story was that?
It was a story of a king, and the river seemed to flow out of his hands.
Frowns, like, huh.
And some woman cursed his 3 daughters and turned them into swans.
The children of Lear.
That's not.
Again, what you need to remember, Maeve. That's very classical Irish mythology.
I've heard a lot of stories where women are turned into swans and all manner of things.
Yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened to the children of Lear. They all died.
That's how the story ends.
Yeah. Baptized. She does little finger things. Cleansed and were killed. They died as a result of it. They were all very old men and old women now, you know?
Oh,
He bound them in silver chains so they could never leave and be held.
wait, what?
That's how some of the stories go. Depends on your interpretation of it. But supposedly he was a king that was cursed.
Did they never say how to break it?
He was basically baptized by a holy man of the earth. So, as much as the guru liked to say that he was cleansed by a very experienced theurge, because they were the two of the Danann, Maeve. You know what they are? They're the people who tied like to the Fomorians. Feed defeated the Fomorians, much like us. Fey folk. Long ago, our tribe used to have ties to them, apparently. I wouldn't know that. I wouldn't be an expert on it. She gives that kind of shrug, you know what I mean? I just know that some of the stories I've read and research I've done and spirits I've talked to, the Weird of the Forest would know the most. They'd have the most. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But from what I could tell you, we of the Fianna tribe, we don't do it as often as we used to do back in the old world, and some of our brothers and sisters look down on it as heretical. You know, mainly because Fae are, you know, not the ever-loving things we used to read in children's books. They are dangerous.
There's a sincere little nod.
But Children of Lear was one such thing, cursed with the Geas, and his children were. They say he went mad and never came back, never returned.
Oh,
His last daughter, Fingula or Finula, was the last of the Lear to be, was, the last one. And she sensed when all the children were close to death, and she asked to be buried back to the earth again. By that point, they were all old women and men. And she asked, much like that spirit there, to be buried amongst the roots of the world, so that one day her father would find them. He never did, according to the legends.
were they all buried there?
All buried in old sites. King Connacht, yeah, buried by him.
Yeah, it's just like the distracted nod.
Because Galway is in the province of Connacht. You know what I mean?
You should go ahead stress sometime. Kind of quirks a smile.
Dude.
Stories seems to keep coming up.
Hmm?
I heard part of the story before.
Oh, by who?
Um,
Again, it's similar. You know who Eve is. It's always so foggy. You're like,
yeah,
Eve?
she's thinking. I was at a party, and I mean, everyone was. It was a rave, so it was really wild. But somebody told part of the story.
I see. Trying to get Spearsy closer to the Umbra while you're getting loaded. Just pats her shoulder like, you little
Parts the
beard.
fish grin.
Come on, we better get back before Angela loses her mind.
Yeah, we should. Focus shifts immediately.
Oh yeah,
Because
you should.
imagine
you-
Angela doing the angry dance in the snow.
You shift back and. Oh, hello. No, don't mind me. It's not like I've been here for fucking 40 minutes.
Really?
No, it's been an hour and 40 minutes, Maeve.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's the weird thing, Maeve. What felt like seconds for you? You've been in there for an hour under the earth.
Was I really? She like looks over. No, was I really gone that long?
Nod of the head. I was looking for you for about 30 minutes straight. I figured you were doing something, so I told Angela everything would be fine, and you didn't come back, so I went to take a look.
I'm so sorry. Like looking over at Angela. I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah, no, it's the poor girl's fucking. I'll put it like this: Angela's a brave girl and all that, but she's cold, man. Even you starting to feel it. Even Nula's like, ooh. Do you know what I mean?
Let's go back. Thank you.
Starts walking ahead.
Aw, maybe we'll walk a little slower just because it's a long walk back, and it's the whole just taking a minute to hold Angela's hands, rub them and all, and just stay close, huddled together.
Angela's just looking over like, oh no, it's fine.
I'm sorry, I really didn't know that much time had happened.
Oh, it's fine.
I saw something, and then I had no idea so much time passed.
All right. Well, you owe me. Do a little peck on the cheek.
I do.
Well, I'll tell you what. Later on, I got to go down to Traveler Park to get a few things. I'll bring you back something. And then you and me are points. We're not being interrupted.
Oh. She's like, wait, you're going to bring me something back when I already owe you? What the? Oh. Okay.
We're not being interrupted, right?
Not being interrupted. Absolutely not.
It's not. I'm bringing you something. I'm bringing something back because I was going to plan to bring you something back anyway. She gets a little ho.
Oh.
Even though I'm thinking of not going now.
Oh.
Looks
I'm
over,
sorry.
smirk on her face.
Little pouty face.
I mean, Maeve, you catch it pretty quickly. Stop! No! You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. She's just playing into it. Doing little pouty faces. I mean, like, no, Angela.
I'll go and get you something. I had planned to get you it anyway. So, and then you're staying with me for most of the rest of the day, and that's final.
Yes, ma'am. Just,
Since you left me out in the bloody freezing Connemara and fucking cold for.
I hope you aren't back out. Eh?
Well,
A little glance.
We're going to. I started leading you back. Because I am making a fire and you're sitting there with me until I feel somewhat elements of my fingers return into life. Maeve McFillin.
Okay.
You swear if you looked in her at the Umbra, her hair would glow with angry fire. Do you know what I mean? Like, vroom.
The angry flex firing.
Angry, like, it's not as impressive as Fiat, but it'll be like.
Oh. Little sparks
But
out.
would you like to end it there, butt faces? You traipse back to the safety and warmth of the set.
As they waddle back through the snow to happy fireplaces and warmth and feeling your fingers again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Call it there.
Yay.